Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the only show on the internet where they play the wrong intro.
I was just about to say that. It's the wrong intro.
Sorry about that. This episode is fueled by Dr. Pepper and cream soda, which is basically code word for sugar. Anyway, tonight, and the guys don't know anything about this, we are going to be playing Google Autocomplete. We're going to be answering the 10 biggest running questions that everybody Googles on 2024. If you have not seen the wide autocomplete thing on Google, go and check it out after you've watched this. But we are going to be basically taking the top searched questions, the top things that everybody is asking Google in 2024. We're going to be answering them.
Running related or just in general? What they've asked?
No, so this has come out again. I've spent minutes putting this together. And I have got the 10 biggest running questions that get entered into Google in 2024. We're going to answer them in this very short 30-minute show. So, before we do that, if you are new around here, let me introduce the team. All the way from the Cricket World Cup, we've got Hayden, who is a 6-star marathon major finisher. Congratulations, Hayden.
Thank you.
Well
I
done.
appreciate
Well done.
it.
He's also very good at cricket, which is why he's wearing that outfit. All the way from her new satellite group in Surrey, admin up the top. Oh, Sabrina, it's a real name, but I call her admin because she's just organised on my Berlin trip. Admin, are you all right apart from your broken foot?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Are you ready for this one? 10 running questions everyone Googles in 2024. It's going to be awesome. And down at the bottom, Mr. S&C. My running buddy is here. I told you this could be wild tonight. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Ben's here. Are you up, Ben?
Evening. Yeah, worried.
Oh, look, I've still got my name from the other show we did. Hang on, let me change it. So if you don't know what this is, believe it or not, this is actually an award-winning podcast. We usually record these live, but because we're all on holiday, we thought we'd do a quick, cheeky little pre-record and chuck that out as a podcast and put it out as a video podcast. So that's what we're doing tonight. And like I said, we're going to be answering the 10 running questions everybody Googles in 2024. So, team, you didn't know what the subject of tonight's show was. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question that somebody or billions of people in Google put in, and you're going to have to answer it. I do have the actual answer, and again, if you're new around here, I'm a running coach. Okay, I'm not just some idiot who turns up on YouTube most weeks. I am probably an idiot, but I'm also
You are that too.
Yeah, I am obviously a qualified coach and athletics, running and athletics coach. Right? So some of this is made with knowledge. There we go. Okay, right. So we're going to speed through these, all right, because the sugar is going to run out from that Dr. Pepper. The first question that everyone Googles in 2020. Catchy, can you guess what it is?
How
Do you want to guess it?
No.
can I lose weight from running?
Not bad. That's our second one. The first one is running good for you. That's the first question that people put in, or the number one question. Is running good for you? And actually, I should say these are not in no particular order, but the one that we're doing first is running good for you. So what do you reckon the answer is, Ben?
Is it a one-word answer?
No.
So, is running good for you? Yes. Right.
You can't just say yes. I mean, when they type it in Google, go, oh, I'm a bit nervous about whether I should start running. Oh, maybe I'll just put it in Google. Is running good for you? Yes. Oh, right. Brilliant. Thanks. Right, I'm off. I'll put my cotton socks on, my cotton top off. I go, Thanks a lot.
Run a marathon. Yes. So, is running good for you? It is. I think you need a structured plan to start off with in terms of how you build up and get into it.
But that doesn't answer whether it's good for you.
I reckon.
Yes.
Can I help him out?
Yeah, please.
He's digging himself a big hole.
I reckon it says yes, and then probably goes into the different benefits.
So what are those different benefits?
Weight loss.
Okay.
Well, I reckon cardio health, because they'll talk about that and your heart and stuff. They'll probably talk about muscle and building up like muscle strength. I don't know if they'll talk about like the mental.
Are you Googling this and just pretending to like...
asking.
Oh, I just... Okay.
Is it? I'm guessing they'll probably talk about. You did tell me. I was like, well, not tell me. I am actually a qualified coach, so I might know something.
Sorry, I should also say that Abby's also qualified. Going to get another bollocking after this show.
And then
Yep.
they say something about like the mental impact as well. I don't know. That's my guess.
Okay. Hayden?
I would imagine it. Well, if you Google it, you'll get sort of like a top 10 of things of why running's good for you, like reduce your risk of heart problems, help you live longer. As you said, mental, emotional well-being. There's so many benefits. It's almost like, unless you're going to get the top result, whoever's paid to be at the top of the Google things, I imagine it's going to have a top 10 of things of why running is good for you.
But okay, so your guess is on why running's good for you.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, apart from Ben, you both added value. Running offers numerous benefits, including improved cardiovascular health, stronger muscles.
Yeah.
If we was playing that game we was playing before, I'd be doing the noises. Enhanced mental well-being.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
It can reduce the risk of like chronic diseases and improve overall fitness. So there we go. I think, team, you've done well there. I think if I could give you all a gold star, other than Ben, I would. I give Ben a sort of dirty.
I forgot that we were going into what the Google result would be. So next one, I'll be all right.
Okay, so you're now.
I was answering the question myself as opposed to.
Yeah.
Now I know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's running good. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right. So second one. Second question. Put into Google that everybody Googles. Okay, in terms of results, is running good for weight loss? Ben, redeem yourself.
Redeem it yourself. So I think it would say yes, and then give the examples of how, and then with a balanced diet. Talk about diet. Talk about potentially different types of running and how the benefits, like kind of the benefits of that. So from potentially speed session or things like that.
So what are those benefits then if you're doing different sessions?
So what are the benefits of doing different speed sessions? So in terms of the elevated heart rate and from a longer period to burn more calories.
Okay.
And then going longer.
Okay. Mr. Cricket?
I would imagine there's going to be some kind of relationship between calorie intake and calorie outgoing. So the fact that if you burn more calories than what you take in, you're going to lose weight. And running can help you burn more calories. So on that vote, and then apart from that, I would say the answer, I would probably just say yes.
Well done, Hayden.
I think they've covered a lot of it, but I reckon there's something in there because about how long, like time, because like the NHS or whatever advises that you do 3 lots of 30 minutes of exercise a week to sustain a healthy life. So I wonder if it says something like you need to run for, yes, it's good, you can lose weight, but you'd need to run for 3 times a week for 30 minutes to burn X amount of calories, as an example.
Okay. All of that is on there, basically. Apart from that, whatever you just said, I wasn't listening. But the most of that was, while running, you're burning calories, and that can contribute to weight loss. It's most effective when combined with a balanced diet, which you used, the word balance. Now, this is interesting. And actually, it's right. And none of you did mention this. But some studies suggest that relying solely on running may not be the most efficient way to lose weight. Any comments on that? I mean, you went,
Yeah, well, it's true, isn't it? Doing one thing and not changing anything else in your lifestyle isn't going to drastically change your life, because you can decide you're going to exercise, but keep eating loads and loads of sugar and junk, eating McDonald's 3 times a day and drinking Dr. Pepper, and assume
that explains why I still can't get in those medium t-shirts.
Yeah. That's why you can't join Speed Goats Running Club.
I can't join Speed Goat Running Club, which is open for new applications, but you must be able to wear a medium t-shirt. Yeah, go on.
So I think it's the point that you need to do other things.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Can we just ask a question, just really quickly then? A big quick, because I know you've only got half hour. Out of all of us here, we all run a lot. Do you lose weight, Sabrina, from running?
No.
Do you, Ben?
No, not really.
And Fordy?
I'm actually good at putting it on, when I'm running.
It's a real dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
really difficult one.
And do you not find with it, and I think potentially the same with a lot of exercise, like Sabrina's point, but also your body then gets used to it. So when you first started running, your body, you lose weight, but then once your body gets used to you kind of running, actually that almost I want to use the word normalizes out. Therefore, you need that extra effort. So maybe that's where then those speed sessions or something like that come in to kind of force
I mean, when I started, I lost 4 stone.
Wow.
Ooh.
So, I mean, and then you sort of plateaued. And then, as you say, if I stop, it comes back on very quickly. Like when I was out for just those 6 weeks, I said I was like a stone and a half, whatever it was. And that's hard to get back off again. But I also find that my weight fluctuates as well. I sort of hit a point where I'm leaner, and it's only for a couple of weeks, and then it goes back on again. It's really weird because I think where I'm training through cycles of blocks all the time, of those marathon training blocks that I decide to do, I do find my weight goes up and down through the year. Could I lose more weight? 100%. Do I like eating crisps? 100%. So we carry on. Okay, this is a good one. This is such bollocks. This really is. Is running bad for your knees? This drives me nuts. Is running bad for your knees, Abin?
No.
You can't just say no.
See, you can.
No, because
What? Yeah. Why?
no, because it goes back to, it links a bit to like, why is it good for you? Because it will have many benefits to your muscles and your bones, and therefore if you're in like the wrong shoes, I imagine, and you just like not looking after yourself, then yeah, it might have an impact. And if your form's not good and you're hitting your feet in the wrong places, the impact going through your legs. But actually, if you're thinking about your form, you're in the right shoes, like stability wise, cushioning, all of that stuff, then running shouldn't be bad for you.
Okay. If you're tuning in, you can hear Buddy in the garden. He wanted to get involved in the pod as well tonight. Okay. I want to answer this one because I want to move on, because we've got 10 of these bad boys to get through, and I really don't want to be here all night because I just do want to go and eat crisps. Is right. So, contrary to popular belief, and I can see why people do Google this. It's something that I hear all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when like we get new runners come along to a club session, they'll go, "Oh yeah, I used to do a bit of running, but my knees started playing up and all this sort of stuff." You hear it all the time, right? So I can see why people Google it. But contrary to popular belief, running is not inherently bad for your knees. Studies have shown it actually can improve knee health. Why? Because you strengthen around the muscles and the joint. By doing that strength work, they can actually benefit your knees. Admin was right. Provided you maintain that proper form and you avoid overtraining, that sort of thing. Because that's ultimately where it comes from, is that overtraining. And usually it's not the knees; it's usually the IT band that goes round into knees, because that's a side effect of overtraining, issues with your IT band and things like that. So that's where that knee pain comes from. So no, I don't sign up for that either. Okay, this is quite interesting, man, because we've had some people do this in the Facebook group. If you've not joined the Facebook group, make sure you do. If you've not joined the running club, make sure you do. It's free. Crack on. Everybody can join. Is running every day good for you, Ben?
Now, what would Google say to that?
Tough one, isn't it?
That is a really tough one on there from a Google perspective. See, I think it would say no, because I think it would say something about the benefits of rest and recovery.
Okay. Hayden?
So that's why I'm throwing that.
Yeah, I think that's the only answer to that.
You look like an umpire.
Shut up about this bloody cricket. Right. I think what Ben said is absolutely correct. There's no other real answer they can give to it. Everyone knows whatever exercise you're doing, you need to rest and recover and, recoup. So running every day ultimately. But then I suppose there's always going to be the caveat of to what extent running every day. If you're going to run just down to the local Tesco and back like half a kilometre or something, then it's not really an issue. But I would say, yeah, Google would say that it's not recommended.
Admin?
Yeah, I agree with what these guys have said for all the same reasons.
Yeah, running daily can be beneficial for some. I would say the consistency, if you can get consistent at it and you can build up that adaptation to it through that consistency, and your body adjusts and things like that, then it can be good. Consistency is always key. But, right, and it's a big but, it depends on your individual fitness and your ability to recover. because everybody's built differently. So everybody recovers differently. This is the other thing, we talk about diet, but we talk about, physiologically how you're made up and how you're built. People recover differently. So that's a lot of that. Yeah. Some people are able to maintain it. And yes, you can train and you can build that resistance in and, you get accustomed to it. But only a lot of it, some people are weaker in other areas than others, right? Because they might neglect certain aspects of their life. The bottom line is it's important just to listen to your body, right, and take rest days to prevent injury. I'm of the school of I believe you should be taking a minimum of 1 day complete rest a week if you're doing any form of training. A minimum, that is. And I'm not talking like go and do some swimming on that. I'm saying nothing. Like carry on with your life, but don't do any sort of physical activity. Which is a problem I know if you're like Tobe when you've got an active job. Okay, next one. Is running in the cold bad for you? It's a random question to put into Google, isn't it? Is running in the cold? I would say, is running with a cold bad for you? But they've said, is running in the cold bad for you? So that's a bit of funny. So what do we reckon to that, Admin?
No, I don't think it will say it's bad for you. It might say, well, everything else has had a pretty scientific answer to it. So there's like two parts of mine. It might say something around like obviously making sure you've got layers so that you can like regulate your body temperature and that kind of stuff. And then I guess it might say something about the cold air in your lungs.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, all right, I'll come on to why that's interesting. Ben, and then I'll answer it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd agree in terms of from a layering up perspective, making sure from that. I'd also say maybe something about warming up before so prior to starting would be my addition.
Definitely, I think it definitely burn more calories as well because obviously you're wrapped up more and you're going to sweat more. You probably need to work harder to keep your heart rate going. So definitely burn more calories.
It's interesting that the answers to be fair, if you think back, you're getting most of these right. If you think about it, as I said, it's amazing, isn't it? Most like you know what you're talking about. So running in cold weather is generally safe with appropriate precautions. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Dress in layers. Warm up indoors. So do your warm up indoors, and be mindful, obviously, of the slippery conditions and avoid injuries. That's the answer to that. So we was bang on, absolutely bang on. We answered that correctly. You're welcome, Google. But to admin's point. Next question that somebody's put into Google, or 10 billion people, is running in the cold bad for your lungs? What a weird thing to put into Google. Is running in the cold bad for your lungs? Discuss. Hayden. Actually, no, sorry, we should ask Ben, Mr. Marlborough Man down there. Have you got any lungs left?
They've recovered now.
They've recovered.
I couldn't even begin to think. It was like,
why would you put that into Google? Yeah.
Because I think people struggle though. Like I think
it's a breathing thing.
People breathe differently. In the cold. So I'd imagine that's why.
Maybe people have got home from a run, it's cold and they're like absolutely blowing like deep breaths, and they're like, I've got to Google this. Maybe this ain't good for my lungs.
Or like the amount of people that are asthmatic to have like that kind of stuff anyway might go, actually, is this going to be bad?
Oh, you know where this might have come from? Random, because of long COVID. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because of obviously that long COVID situation that's occurred. So maybe it's not as stupid as we thought it is, but maybe it's that to do with that because of the post-pandemic. So and that makes sense. Asthma.
Yeah.
Long COVID because of all the respiratory issues that we had all had with the pandemic. Maybe that's why it's still in there.
What does it say though? Yes, it's bad for you, or no, it's not.
Right, so running in the cold air can irritate your lungs, causing discomfort and coughing, but it doesn't cause permanent damage. Wearing a mask or scarf over your mouth can help the warm air, warm the air before it reaches your lungs. But would you run in a mask? I mean, on absolutely like -5 days that we get here, when it's really cold, I may put a snood when I just start out. Across up here, over my top of my nose, as I start. But then I struggle to breathe with that. But in terms of so I don't get the sharp shock of the cold on my face and breathing in. But that's literally as I get out of the house, and by the time I've got down the end of my road, bottom of my hill, I've removed the snood down. But that's the only time I wouldn't wear a mask or anything. But I suppose this is again, we're looking at this so insular. People all over the world are googling this. So you've probably got people in like Vancouver putting this in. and stuff like that. So
when we finished Tokyo Marathon, so it was last year, so it was their first year come back after COVID. Literally, as soon as Speedgo says, as soon as you go over the finish line, straight away, they're there. Put your mask on. And literally, you're coming to the
Really?
finish line, you're absolutely blown. You've got to put a face mask on, and you're like, and you can feel your breath coming in and out as well. That wasn't a great feeling, I must be honest.
Speedgo, but to be fair, Speedgo, he had walked most of it.
Say it.
He has. I've got picture evidence. If you want to join the Speedgo Running Club, you're welcome. Just send an email to speedgorunningclub.com. This is so bad. Right, next one. Is running in the winter bad for you? Are these people all from the Game of Thrones worried about winter's coming? Is running in the winter bad for you? What a stupid question to put into Google, Hayden.
It's got to be exactly the same question as running in the cold bad for you, isn't it? It's exactly the same result, surely. It
says running in winter is safe if you take extra precautions like wearing different gear. What a stupid question. If you've ever typed that in, can you email hello@fordyruns.com? Because we want to get you on the show. And
what was that email address again?
Why you Googled that? That's just common sense. Right. More pressing matters. We've got only 3 left, by the way, so don't worry about this. You're sitting around the pool in Malaga. Is running better than walking? Now, that is an interesting one. And I can see why people would put that in. Ben, is running better than walking? Remember, we're meant to be answering these questions, adding value, like they do on that wide autocomplete thing. We're meant to be adding value here. Not just say, yeah.
I think it would then, if we're going down that route, it would give you the benefits of. I don't think it would actually give you an answer. I think it would say the benefits of running and walking. Yeah, but the benefits of running and walking are this.
Google gives you answers, Ben. It's a search engine.
Does it? I've never used it.
And they're not yes or no. Not yes or no answers.
I think these are all like. It's quite hard because we don't have the specifics. So it's like, I think it will depend on what you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
So it
just, I think it would give you benefits.
You're sitting at home because you do nothing with your foot up because it's broken. Playing in your wedding, you've got your long barnet, you're sitting there going, oi, I don't know, is running better than walking? I can't bother doing any running anymore. Should I be walking? So I go on to Google, www.google.co.uk. Is running better than walking? What does Google punch out?
I think it would say to you what the benefit. I think the benefits of both are quite equal, so I think it would give that to you.
It would say like, depending on, like, are you trying to lose weight, burn calories, eat more, whatever? Like, what are you trying to do socially, mentally? What you're trying to do?
I have to say, I think Google. Hang on.
You've got it.
I've just absolutely hammered her, but she's absolutely bang on there. Yeah. She's spot on.
Yeah, I think Google will be betting on the fact that people are Googling that question related in a way to weight loss and burning calories. Yeah. So they're presuming that's going to be what they're trying to get to. So, yeah, I think you're spot on.
Are we trying to beat Google here? We're like trying to crack the algorithm.
That's what it sounds like.
We're really smart. To be out of 10, how do you rate my show? In terms of the idea. It's a good idea, this, isn't it? Right.
You won, Sabrina 10.
Both running and walking have their benefits. It's like admin wrote this. Running is more intense and burns more calories, which is preferred, while walking is lower impact and easier on the joints. The choice depends on your fitness goals and physical condition. So she was spot on.
Okay.
I reckon she works for Google. She's like one of them secret agents who works for Google.
She's ChatGTP.
She is chat admin. Right. 2 more, and then we're going home. Is running good exercise? Why would you put that into Google? Is running good exercise?
Isn't that the same as one of the first questions?
No, you can't. It's a different person who's put it in.
Yeah, but isn't that the same as like, is running good for your health or whatever the first one you asked was?
Yeah,
the one that we answered yes to.
It's a separate search thing they put in. I don't dictate these, Abby. I've not made these up. Go. Is running good exercise? What do you think the answer is?
Yes, for all the same reasons we stated before.
Rewind.
Yeah, depending on your exercise goals.
I'll ask this one because I was just saying. So, running is an excellent form of exercise that improves cardiovascular health, muscle strength, mental well-being. It's important to balance running with proper recovery to avoid overuse injuries. Okay. Last one. Right, Hayden's off to get his dinner.
It's such a professional, polished show to see my battery's low on my laptop, so I'm looking for the charger.
Okay, don't worry. Hayden, honestly, we've got one more question.
Got him.
If we lose Hayden, It's because he hasn't charged his battery. There's no power in the Shire. Is running 5K every day too much? Now, I think that is interesting. Now, I can see why people put that in. So it kind of goes similar sort of lines of running every day, but they're specifically asking, is running 5K every day too much? Now, I can understand that. People want to try and get into running, get too fit. They probably get obsessed with it. They start thinking, oh, I'm going to go, if I could do 5K every day. Do you know what I mean? It's probably that mindset. So is running 5K every day too much? Abby?
No. The reason I'm saying no is because I'm working it out based on the fact that how many steps do I roughly reckon you cover doing 5K, like 3 miles? And I reckon it's probably less than 10,000 steps. And therefore they say you should, well, I don't know. I reckon it's probably, I'm guessing.
I'm going to do this live on it. Carry on talking about
And
yourself.
so in which case, if they suggest you should do 10,000 steps, as long as you're not going at it mad and you're running as fast as you can, as hard as you can for 5K every day.
You know what? Really, it's annoying. You're really annoying. You're absolutely right. Typically involves running approximately. A 5K walk typically involves approximately 6,600 steps, although it can range somewhere in there. Oh my God, it must be annoying being right all the time. It's because she works for Google. Okay.
Imagine what it's like for poor Bill.
Oh, he's my hero. Hayden?
I imagine it's going to give the same results like you said about, I think it'd be very similar to the run every day results. It's going to give the benefits of running, being cardiovascular, maybe good for your mental health, emotional health. But then there's always going to be the caveat about resting. That's all you can really, it's very, very similar to the run every day, even though they specifically have asked for 5K.
Okay. Ben?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think, and something in there about ability, and as Sabrina said, I think from that speed perspective of making sure they're not all full out blast efforts.
I think the word ability was interesting. So it says for beginners, running 5K every day could be excessive and may lead to injury.
Yeah.
It's important to gradually build up mileage and allow for adequate recovery time, which is basically what you all said. Didn't necessarily mention what Amy said about, you could probably do it, but you could do it. But it depends on your fitness level, right? It's all where you are in terms of your fitness journey, in terms of, Ben, could you run 5K every day? If you did it easy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, Hayden, we're all pretty fit, right? I mean, you can't because you've got a broken foot. But in general, we could probably do it if we just said, you know what, we're going to do 3 miles, easy, and we do it for a bit and go on one of them run streaks. Yeah, we could probably do it. But we're different fitness levels to what you're like. You could be like a high rocks hero, or you could be somebody who's getting up to catch the 5K. Everybody's different. So yeah, it's interesting. But I can see again, I can see why there's some real random ones on there, isn't there? Right. Yeah. I think the questions highlight the some of the common concerns and interests that people have about running. I think some of them are fair. I think also some of it reflects the popularity of running at the moment, because there are some questions in there that you think to yourself, that's potentially somebody new who's writing that or asking that, in terms of that's why they're popular questions to be asked. Yeah. So you can see that, like the last one's a great example, right? I've seen all the heroes on TikTok running marathons and they're like, oh, come on, if I could do that every day. And I think there's also a need for people to get that sort of accurate information. They are hunting it out. They are hunting, they're trying to get an effective running routine. They're looking to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So they're asking search engines for that information, which I think so. You take the piss, you lot, but actually, I think it's quite interesting, don't you think?
I'm surprised they didn't have the question about, is running a good way to find a new partner with dating? Because I keep reading all the time now that running clubs are the newest way to be finding partners. It's a really, it's a really good Ben, really.
Hang on. I'll tell you what. Wait there. Let's Google that.
There's been loads of articles on it, hasn't there, recently?
Yeah. Right, hang on, because it tells you this. It usually tells you the search. Is running
a good way to meet a partner, meet a new
good
or
way
running and dating or something like that.
To meet someone?
Yeah.
Running club's a new Tinder.
Yes.
No, you actually it has all those. It says is running. It's a go to meet. A good way to meet a new girlfriend. Oh, it doesn't show me that. Yeah, there's a lot on here. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
been in the news recently. It's been all over. Like
Yeah, that's high search volume. That. But
now we
not
know what
high
Ben's
enough,
going to be doing.
not high enough to reach our ratings that we just put out. So there we go. That's the end of it, guys.
I'll do some research.
I think the sugar has slowly worn off of my Dr. Pepper.
You've slumped in that chair.
I'm now in that sort of sugar coma.
Where did you buy that from?
Oh, the best sweet shop in the world, right? I could give them a shout out. So in Southend, don't go down there in the evening. It's been on the news wire. But if you go down in a normal day, if you go down the high street, there's a cracking restaurant. It's a bit like where Hayden goes on holiday with Saga. There's a lot of old people in there, but the food is mustard, right? It's called Thomas's. Honestly, the food is unbelievable. They bring it out. How they make any more, I don't know, because they literally pile it on your plate. It's fantastic, and the ice creams are unreal. So you've got to be a full-blown athlete like me, elite athlete, to go there. Next door to that is a shop. It's called the Old School, Old Style, Old-Fashioned Sweet Shop.
Right.
They have literally got every sweet from all over the world. Daisy walked in there and went, I'm going to live here. And then down the sides, between all the sweets, so they've got like stuff from America, stuff all over the world, like all the different stuff in there. All the penny sweets, but all the traditional like jars, you know, like of the rhubarb and custards and things like that. They've got literally everything in. But down the sides, they've got drinks from like other places. So like these funky Dr. Pepper's, root beer, cream sodas, and all that sort of stuff in there. Dandelion and burdock. Woo! You know, all these amazing. I mean, I could have spent about 10 million quid in it. I got dragged out there lively. I started loading up the basket. Me and Daze were like, Carl, we're going 2-footed in here, Daze. Let's go. Nick was like, no, you two out. Basically, get out, because we were spending like big dollar in there. But it is a great shop. That's the only reason to go to Southend.
I only ask because I'm going to call them and let them know not to serve you next time.
I think you should have a health warning on that. I did one.
It probably does.
I did. How much sugar do you reckon in it?
Too much for you.
How much do you reckon in it?
What is it? 330 ml can.
Yeah, it's 355 ml. I don't know why we haven't discussed this.
At least 23 grams of sugar.
Yeah, I was going to go about 28.
Okay, Hayden.
I'd go early 20. It can't be as bad as Coke, surely. 20
What's
grams.
Coke?
I think Coke's about 28.
Yeah. I'm in
33.
trouble.
This is 30s.
I'm in trouble.
37.
Total sugars, 39 grams.
It's outrageous.
You need to go and get checked for diabetes after that.
Where is it from? Is it from the States?
Yeah, this is important.
Shock.
This is beautiful. I'm going to go get some more. So cheers, everybody. Have a good summer. We will be back live at some point. I've got no idea when this is coming out. I've got no idea on the dates. Thank you very much for supporting us over the last whatever months it's been. Make sure you tell everybody about this podcast. Make sure you tell everybody about this YouTube channel, because we will not pay for ads. So make sure you tell everybody about it, and we shall see you when we see you, whenever that be. I'm wondering whether I will absolutely play the right outro, since I played the wrong intro. Ben, have you got anything to add to before I press the button?
Bye, boys.
Hayden?
Au revoir.
Admin?
Have a good summer. We'll see you soon.
Threw you up, didn't it?
Right, bye, everyone. Bye.